if there's one thing I have observed about myself since I've been on earth over the many years and experiences that I've had, is that I don't know everything, and that's quite obvious. And as a result of that, I am often the first to say I don't know anything. Because the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know. But what I am also realizing is that a lot of us hold strongly some opinions and views of certain topics in the world, like politics and religion, and we reject any new idea or information on the basis of, well, I saw me see it, so it must be right. In other words, some people share their opinions and treat it as though it's facts, especially in this regard, as I'm often speaking about, in this regard called religion. So in regards to religion, people are holding strong beliefs or strong opinions, and they're treating it as facts. And I am a bit wary of that, having been a part of that way of thinking and having evolved from that. When I see people come to me with certain ideas and certain views, I have to try to be humble enough not to dismiss it, but at the same time straightforward enough to tell them I strongly disagree with their view. And I'm putting this out there because people still have this view that people can be demon possessed. Now, I am not here to prove or disprove that. I have just never seen any evidence of someone being demon possessed. We have heard the stories. We have seen things that people say is demon possession. And we have seen what that looked like in history, where epilepsy, for example, would have been deemed as demon possession and would have been treated in the most inhumane ways, where people who had certain unorthodox practices were seen as witches and burnt at the stake. We have seen where if you are someone in the church who holds a different view of God, you are a heretic. We have seen the control and we have seen the fear tactics that have been employed to ensure that people keep in line and that people don't, think freely for themselves. And that is why, until the day I die, I am not going to play this game anymore. I am not going to sit and pretend that I agree with concepts that are not following certain logic or is just grounded in someone's opinion. That is why I will not be liked by some people. That is why people will say that I am myself demon possessed. I've heard that many times. That is why people will tell me I never truly knew God. That is why people say God will give me a beating. Because in their mind, their view of the world is the only correct view. There's no other view except theirs. And anyone who does not agree with them must be wrong. I want that to sink in a bit. There are some persons who do not realize that the view that they have of the world are just that, their view, their reality, their perspective. And so they treat their view, their reality, their perspective as the truth, the objective truth. And if you veer or if you challenge that idea or that view, you are the problem. You are not a good person. You're an agent of the devil. You get the names. And even now we can see with the ongoing feud between Israel and Gaza, Hamas, we can see how different political and religious views impact people all over the world. You just have to disagree with me. Disagree with the way I live, disagree with the way I think, and then we are enemies. We can't live in a cooperative society without bloodshed, because there will be disagreements. There will always be disagreements. But why is it that some people think that if you are not in agreement with me, you don't worth living? You're not worth living. You know, it's a bit disheartening, to say the least. It's not a good look. No, it's not a good look at all. But you know, I am going to be true to myself, comes what may. And in time, people will understand that all I want is the same thing that they want. Well, I'm not sure they want the same thing, but all I want is to live, to survive, to love, to learn, to experience. We are all flawed beings in the sense that we make mistakes, we do stupid things, we hurt each other sometimes, but we are all we have. And I do mean that literally. There is no Savior coming to save us. There is no Redeemer. There is no salvation. There is no heaven or hell, except it being a state of consciousness or a state of being. And the sooner people realize these things, as I have realized from 2017 when I had my paradigm shift and my spiritual awakening, I think, again, this is me projecting my reality, and I'm acknowledging that I'm projecting my view of reality on someone else, and that is what separates me from some of these folks. When I'm projecting my reality, I will state it. I will give that as a disclaimer. This is my perspective. But here's the thing. A perspective is not just wrong outright because it's different. It should first be investigated. It should be queried. It should be challenged. It should be based on some reasoning. I think it is a better perspective to me to hold the view that I create my own reality. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. That all things that I want, I already possess within me. That is where the Bible says the kingdom of heaven is within you. I think all of those things are more empowering, as opposed to having the worldview that I was born in sin and shaped in iniquity, and that I am condemned to death unless I accept some savior somewhere. These way of thinking, if I live that way, for the most part, most persons who believe in some God or some savior or some supreme ruler, for the most part, most of them are good people. But sadly, good people sometimes do bad things. Sam Harris is one of those persons who coined that phrase. Good people do bad things. Good people will think and would want bad things to happen to people, even their very own, simply because of a difference in belief. And I think there's more to life than that. I think there's more to living. I think there's more to exploring than these things, So just another thought I wanted to share today as I continue on my journey of life. I hope you found it useful. Peace.